Hello, Chilly Road. Hello, Cragside. Hello, Ravenswood. Hello, Hotspur. Hello, Oosburn Learning Trust. Hello, world. Hello, everybody. So today I'm introducing you for the second time. I have actually just done all of this once, but I forgot to press record. So I'm hoping it records this time. Introduce to you a piece of music, minimalist piece of music that I composed called Music for Two Glass Bowls. So you need to try and get a glass bowl. Now you don't actually need a glass bowl, okay? You just need two different sounds, okay? So I'm using glass bowls. Ideally, you get two glass bowls. You know, if you're going to perform this properly, you do need two glass bowls. But if you just want to try it out, that's fine. Use whatever you want. Use two pans. Use a cheese grater and an electric whisk if you've got your parents' permission and it's safe, okay? And it's inspired by a piece of music by Steve Reich, minimalist composer, called Clapping Music. And I was going to teach you clapping music, and then I thought, do you know what? This is aimed at primary school kids, and that's going to be really hard to do in some ways. I would have to simplify it, and I didn't know if Steve Reich would be happy me simplifying his piece of music, so I thought, well, I'm just going to compose a new piece of music. This is how it goes, okay? We've got two parts. We've got the part for the larger bowl and the part for the smaller bowl. The larger bowl part is the easier part. And it uses the music symbol, rhythm symbol, a quaver. It uses single quavers and two quavers together, joined together. And you'll notice sometimes they hold hands and sometimes they don't, okay? Don't let that confuse you, it doesn't matter. And I use the sound when I'm teaching quavers. I think of them as either when they're two together, kiddy. So kiddy, kiddy. If we clap that, kiddy. Okay. One would just be kid, kid. Okay. So we can hear this part, this first part. If you look at it on the screen, the larger bowl part is going kid, kiddy, d, d, kid, kiddy, d, d. Do you notice I'm saying D instead of K? That's because it's on the upbeat or on the offbeat, okay? Whereas when I'm saying K, it's on the downbeat, okay? So K, D, 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 K, D, D, D. If I say that and clap it, could you clap it back? K, D, D, D. Your turn. Ready, steady, off we go. K, D, D, D. Okay, so now I'm going to repeat for this piece of music each bar. So a bar is a group of an even group of notes. Okay, so this piece of music is it's like fractions. Bars is like fractions. Yeah, this piece of music is divided into groups of 4 beats. Okay, and it makes it easier to read. In each 4 beats, you repeat 4 times, okay? That's what those 2 dots are for, okay? You can see them on the music. They tell you that we're going to repeat. And I've said repeat each bar 4 times apart from final bar. The final bar you just play once. Okay, so I'm going to play the larger bowl, bar 1, so the first 4 beats 4 times, and then I'd like you to do the same. So, K, D, 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 K, D, 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 K, D, D, K, D, D. Ready, steady, your turn. K, D, 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 K, D, 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 K, D, 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 K, D, D. Okay? So that's how the larger bowl part works. The smaller bowl, now this is using a minimalist idea. Look up minimalism. It's probably one of my favourite forms of music because it was like a massive, it's sort of inspired by a lot of the tribal dance music from around the world. And if we listen to a lot of dance and electronic dance music today, it uses many, many elements of minimalist music within it, okay? So the smaller bowl phase shifts. So it starts off, bar 1, the first bar, is exactly the same as the larger bowl part. K, D, 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 K, D, 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 K, D, 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 K, D, 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 K. At that point, bar 2, it phase shifts. So it all shifts. It's exactly the same rhythm, but it's shifted, okay? by half a beat. So now it starts off, instead of starting on the beat, it starts on the off beat. So it's like D, K, 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 D, D, K, 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 D. And so on. Bar 3 phase shifts again. So bar 3 for the smaller bowl is going K, D, D, K, D, 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 K, K, D, 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 K. Okay? And this happens throughout the music. And when we hear both parts together, it starts to sound sometimes like, oh, they're playing the same part, but then it sounds like, oh, no, they're not. And it sounds like they're talking to each other, which is the beautiful thing about polyrhythms. When we've got more than one rhythm playing together, that's what we should, that's some of the most beautiful things, is that we hear it feels like they're having a conversation, okay? So, start off by trying to just play the larger bowl part. K, K, D, 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 K, K, D, D, D. Sounds like this on the bowl. The little 7, you see a symbol in between the quavers. It looks like a 7, right? A fancy 7. That's a quaver rest, okay? So a half beat rest. And I grab the bowl, which helps mute my sound, but it also helps mark that out. Okay? The other way you can think about the rhythms is whenever you see a quaver by itself, you go 1, and I do a little t to mark the rest. And when you see 2 together, you do 1, 2. So it's a bit like going 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, that might help you as well. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to record in both parts so you can hear them both played together. And what you can do is, once you've mastered the larger bowl part, try and join in with me. And then try and master the smaller bowl part. See if you can join in with that. Obviously, the smaller bowl part is changing rhythms, okay? Every 4 bars, it's changing the rhythm. So you're going to have to really, really look at the music carefully. This is a great exercise for learning how to sight read. It's a good sight reading practicing. One more thing to add. Whenever you're performing this piece of music, you've got to wear a hat, okay? So, larger bowl part is this hat. Let's record it in. I'm going to just check that the camera's still recording as well. There you go. Try it out. Have a lovely day. Look after each other. Be kind. Be kind to parents. Tidy room.